So I'm going to start recording. And okay, we're good. So thank you for that to start. How have
You're
things
welcome.
no how have things been? Talk to me. I know that where we kind of I took a look at the games and it looked like I took a look at the games from Gridiron and I kind of get what you mean after examining it. It looked kind of there wasn't really much to go off of. It just looked like we were getting into shield a lot without the opponent really committing to things. So I'm glad that we didn't kind of spend too much time on them. With that in mind, how do you foresee today being useful? What are your thoughts? Have you been able to play it at all since, or?
So I've played more than what I played in the last stretch in between lessons.
Mm-hmm.
So the frequency has gone up a little bit. Not it hasn't been a daily thing like back in the day when I was a super grinder,
Okay.
but have been playing a little more online and I'm feeling more comfortable with throwing out void blocks in tighter spots and recognizing better distances for them and safe distances to throw them out. Um, Particularly against Marth, I'm feeling a little better against, but he still feels pretty hard.
Okay.
Um, yeah. Um, I really don't have anything totally groundbreaking to report other than just it's been, still a slow, gradual improvement process. But I do feel like I'm in more control of my character with the new tech I've been working on.
That's good. Yeah, that sounds like a bit that is important because without if we can't control our character and do the things we want to do, without if we have to devote that attention to it, it is that is a problem in terms of being able to well win. Um, so with that in mind, I guess where are the areas like
So
that you're
crouch
fun?
canceling
Mm-hmm.
crouch canceling still feels quite hard with the slidiness. It's like I'm not getting any crouch cancel grabs. I'm getting crouch cancel down smashes if anything. And I feel like maybe I need to start with crouch cancel jab something
Are
to
you
work my way up.
Are you grabbing in place, or are you grabbing are you dash? Are you dash grabbing as well?
It, it depends. It's kind of just a clusterfuck right now of not really expecting where I'm going to slide, where they're going to end up, and I'm kind of thinking of the option to do before they hit me
Mm-hmm.
without really being solid on where I'm actually going to slide, how far away I'm going to slide, what part of the hitbox they're actually going to hit me with, that sort of thing.
Yeah, so I would say that this is. I think that with CC grabs they're not really a thing that we can do with reaction. Um, Everything that the interaction that we play with them is really really fast because we're basically trying to get the opponent in out of their cooldown. So one thing that I would recommend is just getting into the habit of dash grabbing on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because a lot of times, it sounds like if you're hitting CC down smashes, which are going to be slower in front of you than a grab would be, then that suggests to me that we have the time because they hit on it hit their down smash hits on 6 and then it's on 9 when it wraps around in front of them. So if that's the case, if you're hitting them with something that hits then yeah, we need to be dash grabbing. I think this is just solved with dash grabbing for the most part.
Yeah, and it's kind of just I'm using down smash kind of just as like a cure all thing because it's like oh it wraps around my body, it's fast and it's easy to hold down and then just slam down on the C stick. Is kind of why I've sort of stuck there, and it's kind of hard to get off of that. But that's what I would suspect would be the reason why I'm kind of stuck on crouch cancel down smash.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's just going to be a tech grind thing because
Yeah.
dashing out of crouch isn't something I typically ever did anyway.
It's not. It shouldn't be as what as weird as you're making it out to be though, because Like, I'm not saying that it won't be like it won't have a learning curve, but I think one of the big things that people get wrong with this game is like thinking that there's a lot of different timings that you need to know. If you're responding to when you get hit and just going off of that, it should basically be the same timing as like if you're not going into knockdown, it should be very, very similar based on when you get hit. As long as you kind of have a feel like, because it'll like you'll go through hit lag, you'll go through the like the pushback, and your character will then probably like grab like they'll go through ASDI down, like where they get lifted up, then suck back to the ground, and like they haven't really moved anywhere, or they've slid like very slightly far back. From when you exit hit lag and then hit the ground, that timing is always the same. So I would try to structure it based off of that, if we're possible.
Okay.
Like if we go into direct, I might be able to show you what I mean. Would that be something you'd be up for?
Yeah, I think a visual would be helpful here.
Cool. So, what's your code again?
It's Boyd hashtag 668.
Boyd 668. Perfect. And I put mine in the chat, so that's good. So I'll go Falco for this because I think that's fine. That should be, yeah. He has a good set of things for us to work with.
And what's your code?
I put it in the chat, but it's Luigi227.
I got it in my memory queue.
Perfect. So I want you to like CC, and I'm gonna hit you with a forward smash, and I want you to like pay attention very carefully to like what happens when you get hit. So crouch.
Give me 3 seconds. I'm lowering my standing desk.
Okay, no worries.
Okay, I'm good.
Okay. All right, let me do that again. So you see how your character like kind of oh wait. So sorry, crouch. Yeah. So you see how that like spiky like air comes out of your character like when this happens?
Yes.
So that's the auto cancel. So basically, like, if you short hop and fast fall, you'll see it happens like, you know how to like dash out of like that, right?
Dash out of what?
Out of the auto cancel landing.
Like this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like that same, and there's like, if you go like too fast, like you'll walk, right?
Right.
So it's
like if I do the input before I land.
Yeah, exactly. So what I would say with CC grab, it's the same idea. Like once that spiky air comes up, that's kind of your cue to like act. Now
so that's when I need to let go of down. Because I think what's happening based off of your explanation is I'm getting hit and I'm still holding down, and then after I go back into crouch, and then I have to get the dash out of crouch.
Yeah.
So okay, that makes.
We'll try with like jabs or something. There you go. And remember, down and forward, like down and slightly forward. Yeah, exactly. Or down and forward for like because that's the other thing that helps, like the buffer walk thing. Yeah. So you got that grab.
Shoot. Oh, that was Z. I used Z. Wait, what makes me F tilt when I use Z?
You're probably going through crouch. And yeah, like, so if your character's like, yeah, it would be like a forward tilt input, basically. Like, you're going down, like, you're doing this, basically. Like, I'm doing this with Z right now. But, that just means...
I didn't even...
You didn't know you could do that?
Well, I didn't know you could F tilt with Z, because I assumed if you were holding forward enough, it would just be a grab.
Well, if you are
That's even kind of hard to get.
If you are holding all the way forward, you will grab. That's what we're doing.
This is a down-angled F tilt when I get that one.
But you have to be in crouch for that to work. So, like, here, try. There, that was great.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna do forward tilt. Oh wait, it's so Sakurai angle, right? So there we go. I'm gonna do back air on this one.
See, that happens too, and I'm sure I'm just like messing up my stick input. I don't think I can crowd cancel anymore.
Yeah, probably not. But like, yeah, I think that like with you, the biggest thing is like it doesn't necessarily have to be crouch cancel either. Like, I think with you, the biggest thing is just getting you to like removing our reliance on shielding. Like, because you could also be dashing, like, you could also be dashing away from these, or, like doing single dash away from this, and then, like, coming back like that, yeah. But, like, I feel like a lot of time when I'm, like, doing anything, like, if somebody's doing anything near you, like, so much, like, so often, like, the solution is just to, like, block.
Yes. Because back in my, back in my wobbling heyday, I got so many shield grab wobbles.
Yeah.
Which is the kind of cringe to say out loud, but...
Well, it was a different era. People have more access to practice now. People are generally a lot safer. It is what it is. People are also faster. It is what it is.
If I'm shield stopping around and stuff, I feel like there's validity, though, to getting them to mess their spacing up and shield grab them.
I agree.
But it just feels like people are way too careful these days, and they don't usually go for... I don't know. Maybe I'm just talking on my ass.
No, I agree with you. I think that, like, wave shielding into people, like, deep, and then, like, getting them to mess up their spacing, it is, like, an important part of this character. It's an important part of any low traction character. But, like, it just can't be the main... It can't be our go-to option. Like, that's the only thing I would comment there. I think that we need to use, like... We need to start thinking in, like, almost smaller... We need to be thinking about, like, in both smaller wave dash lengths, but also so that we can, like, do finer spacing. But also, like, how we use our less committal options, like crouch canceling, like dashing, etc.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I have a feeling this will be one of my hardest habits to uproot, but it's going to be worth it.
Like, you can't win every gamble. That's... Like, that's just the reality of it.
Yeah, you're right about that. I guess one thing I'm interested in, unless you have more to say on that topic.
Not really, no.
So, I'm interested in the Marth matchup right now, and that's... I want to figure out a game plan with my Boyd blocks against Marth, and... That's kind of where I'm at right now.
Okay.
I kind of want to...
Do you need me to be Marth or something, or?
Well, I think it would be worth exploring the common scenarios that happen in a Boyd block situation, and I feel like there could be a very easy game plan to develop against Marth, maybe, because if he jumps, I could get in and crouch.
Mm-hmm.
Which can lead to a lot of things. And I feel like that's very strong against Marth. And if he stays grounded, I also have a lot of things. But I lose to, like, every Marth I play right now.
Yeah, so... one thing that comes up there is, why do we, like, one thing that I'd wonder is, do we even have to necessarily do anything if he jumps?
No.
Like, here, let's queue up.
In fact, that's...
Like, let's go to FD. Like, I've switched to Marth, so we'll have to research.
Okay.
But, like, yeah, let's tinker around with this, because I think that like, the fact that you can desync the ice blocks, like, just automatically is quite strong. So, like, what does Marth usually do about this? Yeah, like, I can wait into the second one and swing, but, like, what if you just, like, dash dance Blizzard during that time?
Okay, that's something to consider.
Yeah, like, to me, like, the value of it is that, like, if I deal with the first one, like, I can't deal with the first one, right? Because if I do that, then the second one just gets me. So I have to like, so then yeah, like that to me is like is the thing that makes sense. Like just use it as an opportunity to create the wall.
So use it. Okay, so Marth jumping. So I use these. Marth jumps. Okay, let's talk about the distance though. So from here, it makes sense if you're jumping way over there. I can easily. Oops, that was terrible execution. I could easily set up a blizzard here. But what about when they come? Yeah, let's say I'm closer to you when the ice blocks are like getting to you, like right here.
Oh, well then they hit me,
Like,
so I would attack, grab me.
Well, do the like the jump. Try to like deal with the ice blocks.
Sure.
Don't just get hit by them. Okay, that wasn't the smartest idea, but okay.
See, I like the blizzard because like a lot of the things I want to do against what you're doing is like get the fair wall out.
Say that again.
A lot of the things that I want to do against your ice blocks when you're coming in is get the fair wall, is like get the fair down tilt going, so you don't just like, so you don't rush in after. So I think that like that's why the Dash Dance Blizzard is good, because like after you shoot the ice blocks, like if I don't deal with like if I get hit by them, like you have the time to do it. If I don't get hit by them, it's probably because I jumped back defensively to deal with them. The only time it doesn't is if I go over them. But like it still forces me to like jump forward, so I would say that you then look to like punish me like differently. Like maybe like here, do them back, like try to back air, like dash away back air after if I jump forward over them. Like try to back air me out of this. Yeah. Like or just like back up and yeah. Or just back up and like shoot or like dash dance more defensively when you do the blizzard wall. See what I mean? Like to me the value of this is that like it lets you put up the blizzard wall really easily, and if I happen to hang myself like by getting hit by one of them, then you have a big opening.
So would you say this should be the position I kind of space for as a default against Marth? Like try to create space and get that going?
Yeah, I think that you are the zoning character here until like something like presents itself. Like you kind of want to get in, but like you also don't want to get in that badly, if that makes sense. Because if I start going forward like this and you just don't go for the blocks, then like you can start like going for like. Yeah, you can start moving into me and trying to use your crouch cancel. You can like wave that, like you can down smash. Like you can go for back airs. Like you've got.
A lot of times I just do this. A lot of times I'm happy to do this against Marth. Do one of these synced ones. Oops, but I know Chudat loves to just do this against Marth, and then.
I think that we need more Blizzard. Like the biggest thing that I notice is that we're not like emphasizing Blizzard, but like. Blizzard is, like, I think your best move against him.
Okay.
Because it just, like, controls this, like, frontal zone that I want to be in. Like, everything I want to do happens, like, in the spot that Blizzard occupies.
Yes. That makes sense. And then the void blocks help me get the Blizzard out.
Yeah.
Okay. So... let's go like the worst case scenario Marth, where he has a lead, I guess, and like I do this and he just goes to the platform. Like he's happy to just stay on the platform and I'm doing like this, but like he's not coming down. And then I feel like
shoot them across the top.
Okay. So you would recommend kind of like the War of Attrition game, because I find myself being tempted to be like, okay, I haven't run under the platform for a long time, so now I'm gonna like go for one of these, and I feel like that's when people catch me overextending and I die.
I would short hop the up air, so we'll start with that.
Well, yeah, on Dreamline I have to do the up air at the apex, or it won't hit the platform.
Okay, but like I feel like that is the type. Out of the challenges of like learning the new meta game, I feel like that is a fairly reasonable thing for the game to ask you to do. Like be able to do.
Yeah, it's just a bit of a muscle memory difference with every other stage.
But like you can we can see that that's quite good. The other thing I would say is if you're gonna go for the ice block, just like you can also make it safer. Like you could have Nana be doing the blizzard before you go for the full hop ice block.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Yep.
So then you're not leaving yourself completely open either.
Oh, I don't have that on the stage. I thought I did.
But still,
okay.
Like I feel like if they're going over here and they're waiting, the other thing that I would say is that like auto canceling, like maybe not on Dreamland, but like if we go on Battlefield for example, if you auto cancel the up air, maybe go for like a powerful hit afterwards, like after you like go under him.
Like, so after like the first hit or whatever.
Yeah, because like a lot of times they're shield dropping, right? Like. So after that, go for like forward smash, especially if they're like.
Oh, so like a
frame trap or like up smash. Yeah.
Wait, so that's if they shield it?
Yeah, because it might catch the shield drop.
Gotcha.
Or you could just go for more up air. You could also just go for more up airs, or like up air through them and then immediately smash turn shield.
Up air through them and then immediately smash turn
shield.
Shield?
Yeah, because like you're gonna go by me basically. Like if I'm facing this way, you're gonna go through me.
That?
Yeah, and then like because if I come down with back air or something, like basically you're gonna up air and like land here. So then if I come down with like back air like after the up air, like if I light shielded or something and come down with back air on top of you, like get into the spot where you finished. Yeah. So then if I come down like this, that's what it's for. Because then you can potentially shield grab that.
Okay. What do you think of the option of the Nana Pult to get platform damage?
I feel like Nana Pult is a little scary here. I'm not sure I like it in this concept. Like it can work. I'm just not sure I like it. But like, if you're gonna Nana Pult, I feel like you have to go with her right after, so you can capitalize on like whatever shield damage you're doing.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's just kind of nipping you.
Yeah, like if you use Nana Pult to get an up air on my leg, that makes sense.
Like that?
Yeah, like if you Nana Pulted and then like used up air to like with Popo.
Okay. Something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Like that looks like it could work, right? And then it gets you in like the sharking position. You're realigned with Nana, so like you're able to like help her. I think that all of that makes perfect sense to me.
Okay. Let's keep going. Something Slug does against Marth. What are your thoughts on one of these in my arsenal? Just like he'll do that. He'll wave dash like this and then back air their aerial.
Makes sense, because like yeah, like where my fair hits, like yeah.
Or if they do a rising fair, he can react with the.
Yeah, I would say that like yeah, moving in with shield with your back to Marth is like generally. I think that moving in with your shield, with your back to most characters that play like these footsie games with their like fairs, is like generally like a pretty good idea. Like your back air is your best like fighting aerial. And like yeah, so like your back air is your aerial that is best at fighting. And like even if I do like my risky stuff like my forward smash, it's not like you can't like wave dash out of shield punish it when you're back.
Yeah. Yep. So this is where I get real dense in my head. Is like, okay, so when do I do this? And when do I stop going for this in the blizzards? And when do I just go for one of these? I guess. It'll be percent dependent, where if a bear kills, this has more value, potentially. Maybe I just answered my own question a little bit, but I guess from my perspective, it's like, why would I do anything other than these? Like, create the space, get the void blocks, and Blizzard.
I don't know.
what are good things to mix in with that makes that even more hard to deal with?
I don't know.
Like, what's the foil to this?
I don't know, but I think that like if we have you fight people, I think that we'll have a better chance of finding out.
Okay. Um, what's this message say?
It's probably just that our connection's not good. I've been having internet
Okay.
problems. So
Should I? I don't have a Marth on deck.
it's okay. We can like fight. We can fight other people. Like let's try to use the let's just try on unranked to find a slow matchup and, or we can
Okay.
do ranked if you want. But like let's try to find someone. Let me give you my spectator code so we can go so we can do it that way, and we'll just see what happens. We'll see where the day takes us. But let's try to like if we can find a Marth, then yeah, hopefully they stay. But yeah, I think that this is the type of thing where like let's try to use this as much as we can. If we get like any kind of like slower matchup, so like Sheik, Sheik would definitely count. And yeah,
Okay.
from there. Do you know how to share the gameplay? Do you remember how to do the spectate thing, or do you need me to walk you through that?
I believe I do. I just need to get my desktop Discord open so I can copy this.
Cool.
Start broadcast. All right. Did that work?
It's not showing up. Do you have the game running? Like, do you have Slippy running? Like the actual game running?
I do.
Okay.
I do now.
Okay. So let's go to start broadcast back in the launcher, and then it should work.
Oh, shit. I have the same tech problems with you every time. Can't figure out how to minimize and get Slippy.
Do you have the Windows key?
Yeah.
So just hit that, and it should bring up like with the things you have open, and then we'll just go to Slippy Launcher.
I click it, and then my NetPlay screen remains.
Gotcha.
How did I do this before? Let me move my Slippy screen to my other monitor before I run it.
Sure. That should do it. Or just move. Yeah. That should solve all of this.
Okay. Now do you see it?
Yep. Now I see you. We're good.
Okay. I don't have ranked anymore.
That's okay. So we'll just do unranked.
Just trying to save a little bit of money. Okay, so this is not a void block spam matchup.
Let's try to play with less shielding, because there's still like the other stuff we can work on. Fair on that air dodge, like ledge hop fair, because it like covers where he's gonna go, so you just have to do it kind of early. Nice. Grab edge. You thought he was alive, didn't you?
I thought he had a stage chance too, and I did not think he would go straight to ledge.
Gotcha.
And he didn't. I just mistimed that F smash. Maybe there's a more foolproof way of doing that.
He just went really far, so you could have just this was the type of thing where you could have just grabbed edge and he was like dead. Okay, cool. So slide off. Slide off is a thing that didn't really exist in our day. So like when it makes weak moves on the sides of platforms like much less good than they used to be. So instead, when we get like Fox into those like positions, I would recommend looking for up smash. Or up smash and short off fair, or like fair F smash. Like look for more powerful moves when people like land at the side of platforms.
Okay.
Nice. Oh my god, what was that from him? He like Shine JC up smashed on shield. What a goober. Nice DI. Like nice smash DI on that drill. That's good.
I did not think she'd go up there.
Nice. DD Blizzard as well on the like Blizzard on the like edge guard. So like
and in neutral, I think too.
Yep, and in neutral. Like you say this isn't a Void Blocks matchup, but like what if we tried them like when he's giving us space? It's not like Fox never gives us space.
Right. I still need to get the novel down too, which is, it's turned out to be a lot harder to execute than I thought it would be.
It is tricky. Like, I don't think that like even if you just do old school wobbling like for a while, like while you're getting that thing down, there's nothing wrong with that in my opinion.
Ah.
Oh, have you seen the video on Nana's recovery AI?
I have a long time ago. I wouldn't be able to replicate the specifics. She does some like shadow stuff, like I think they call it a shadow, like where she last was or where you last were is where she kind of is how she kind of decides it.
Yeah. So what I would say is like when there's kind of like a spot she goes to based on where you were, and I'm just wondering if there's ways to like manipulate the RNG to like for her to be like in a better spot for us generally.
That DI? Yep.
Let's go. I like how you I like how you adapted and switched to like and pulled out the blizzard like right on the fly. That was really good.
That was a nifty blizzard I got out. That's not usually a spot I get a blizzard out, but I just saw it. I saw the vision there somehow.
Yeah, Young Link is fine. So this is absolutely a Void's Block matchup.
Okay.
Because like, see how it competes with his projectiles really well?
I did play not a Young Link, but a Link at Gridiron Pools. You did take a game off of me, bomb spamming the heck out of me.
See how like it kind of like catches where he wants to go though?
Yeah.
Yeah, like this is why I think the Void Blocks are good, because like they provide like it provides a staggered threat that like requires the opponent to like do like more than one act. Like it requires them to do a big action to deal with it basically. It's mainly for like versus the humans where it has this effect. But like yeah.
Humans?
Yeah, like Link, Young Link, Sheik, Marth, Ganondorf, like Falcon, like the human characters. I know it's a weird way to refer to them, but like I feel like a lot of them they kind of have like a lot of things in common in general.
I had a grab there. reacted properly.
Yeah, probably down here. Oh, we're let's go, Nana.
Uh-oh. Oh. It made me take my hand off my controller with that lag spike switch.
This young Link is definitely lag switching.
Oh, it's only getting worse.
If you want to get out of here, it's fine. But you can see, like, the utility, like, I think that we're answering some of the, like, questions of, like, when do we not do this? It's like, well, if they're just keeping their distance, like, why would we do anything else?
It just destroys them.
Yeah, like, they have, like, the reason I think it's good is because, like, it, in terms of, like, projectile efficiency, like, what is as good as 2 projectiles that are desynced? Off something that doesn't require an actual desync setup. Like, that's insane. Like, it's unbelievably good. My God, I wonder if there's like, is this how like Icy's like fight Samus? Like, do you just take one missile to put it into like the range where like the ice blocks break on the missiles, and then you just like projectile back? Like, there's so many things that are like, there's so many questions I have about this tactic that are like.
Anything that makes people quit out, I'm going all in with.
You know what? We have our brand. We know we have our identity. But yeah, like, it's like the question of like, when do we stop doing this? Well, I don't know. If they don't play with it, then like we get all the value out of it. So I don't know that we do.
I found myself doing it nonstop again in the Icy's Ditto, and it just keeps working. Okay, I'm interested in how it goes here because I know the lasers will cancel some of these.
I think that like what it does is it like polices his jump more effectively than like than the single block does, and that is important in this matchup. Like, it's weird because on the one hand versus Falco, you usually want to like gamble with him and like just kind of get your find ways to get your hits like where possible. But like get your like big hits, but this is like kind of like, this doesn't do that, but it is an avenue for doing that. You have to watch out for the full hop though. That's like,
yep, I just noticed that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd see him trying to go for it. But now I just up air him.
Yeah, so like it steers the opponent in like a way that's like kind of beatable.
I like having orchestration of the events.
It's a lot nicer than like just being like passively like looking for like waiting for them to make mistakes.
And shield grabbing them.
Yeah. Which is still like, which can be a part of this plan, like, because again, like with him going full hop, like what does he do next? Like I feel like he's got to be thinking of like rushing down at some point. Like that could have been an up air to shield, I think.
That DI?
It's good for Nana to take the damage. I have no basis for that. I just.
Do you know that her level goes up with my damage?
Honestly, what a girl boss. She's just like, I got you, fam. So maybe we need the platform for insulation if we're gonna go for this.
Yeah, it still feels hard to maneuver around Falco.
I think that that's just kind of like gonna be a problem, like gonna be a thing with like such a vertically powerful character.
And I feel like he's horizontally powerful too because of the lasers. Even though they're not a kill.
Yeah, he's weird. Like, I feel like as a character, though, you're one of the characters who, like, is least bothered by him doing that, though.
I secretly think Optimize Ices wins this matchup. I just haven't optimized them. Because the laser only stops one of us.
Yeah, and
I have a lot of underdeveloped tricks, like short hop, sync blizzard. My Popo's blizzard goes away, but Nana's goes, and then you just grab them.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like, it's kind of like Falco has problems multitasking in general, which is why, like, shield drop is such a problem for him in general. And then, like, Ices are the can do that on the ground, too, because of their duality. I could see that, honestly. I don't know if I can see wins, but, like, I totally see, like... Actually, I could see wins. Because he's also fragile. They only need 4.
Up-angled F-tilt also covers, like, all of his short hop things if you just time it right.
We got the Fox secondary. Or the Fox main. It's hard to tell. Like, the fact that, like, the second block, like, happens later is, like, actually really valuable. Because, like, I think that, like, those double blocks would not have been as safe as they were had they not been void blocks. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Just on his shield, like, because the extra, like, the slower cadence actually does matter here. I don't know, like, it just looks good. Like...
I guess one thing I'm noticing is just if they go to the platforms and they whiff completely and they're kind of fast on the platforms, I need to kind of like figure out if I need to reposition or like up air them.
Yeah. There's like, it's kind of, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds, like, unironically, it reminds me of Falco's laser.
That's what I'm hoping it can turn into. It's just something that's just like as baseline as a laser and super hard to deal with and kind of just changes the landscape of the character.
Samus is kind of going through that with her, like, missile cancel right now, I think. It's like she's quietly becoming a much better character. Donkey Kong is like... Donkey Kong is just doing, like, the things we all knew that he could do, but, like, just much more effectively, and it doesn't die when people make contact with him. So, like, because of slide off and shield drop and stuff, so it's like, he's happy, but he also amps attacks to, like, 8,000% because he's so heavy. But, like, yeah, like, a lot of characters are kind of, like, quietly going through, like, big improvement processes, and I think it would be cool if Ices were a part of that. That was nasty. The way that you got that out so fast.
That was the dash connector. I made her do a second blizzard from my dash, and kept Popo empty. That's that one deck I showed you.
Yeah, that was sick. I'm like, yeah, no, this looks good.
Crank. That was supposed to be a void block.
Ah, that makes more sense. I was like, I don't think this is like a side B situation, but like.
Although, I've been experimenting. Cause look at this mobility. This could knock down and lead to a down smash if he's not careful.
I think it needs to be a little high. Oh wow, no, it just does it at that percent. Wow.
Dead.
He's got out of there so fast.
I think that move has hidden potential, just because you can control it really unpredictably.
Yeah, and honestly, like, the fact that you have, like, so much fine control over it while there's an active hitbox, kind of, in a weird way, it kind of addresses one of their key weaknesses, which is, like, their lack of fine maneuverability. Like, I kind of see the vision. It's weird, but, like, I get it.
Yeah, at first I did it against like Ganon and DK because they're like the characters that are always jumping in front of me, and they're kind of big, so I just chew them up with it. But I've been trying it out more against like people that it knocks down, because usually I get that knockdown when I recover with it, and they're bad at dealing with it, and they get hit by it by accident, and I just down smash them. And I just thought, well, I could use that in neutral, especially if you're going backwards. You can just totally change your momentum if you short hop and then do it in the other direction. It kind of just like jerks back to them real quick.
Yeah, like, and it kind of like it solves the I honestly, because my biggest thing with ices, like in terms of like my questions about their viability have just been like they're kind of like a wave dash character, and like I don't mean that disparagingly, but like there's a certain clumsiness that wave dash characters tend to have, and I think that makes it very difficult to compete with like the fine precision of say like Fox or like Peach or like Jigglypuff or Marth. Like they just like it's not so much like a oh my god this character sucks. It's just that there are certain challenges that are just kind of like innate to like not having like dash or air as your main forms of movement against those characters or Falcon.
Right. Everything's kind of front loaded with a wave dash. But the other thing with that is I want to use more fine distance wave dashes, shorter and longer, to kind of mitigate that, because that's something I don't usually think too hard about. I usually just wave dash in relation to how far away I am from them.
Yeah.
And I could be doing more walk forward hitboxes. I could be doing more super short wave dash forward hitboxes. Usually I'm doing kind of a moderate length, at least a moderate length wave dash, unless it's a very specific punish, like Peach down smashes my shield and I don't need to go super far.
Yeah.
But in neutral,
are you in a match right now?
No.
Okay.
You want me to be?
I mean, if you want to be. I'm hearing the game music. Okay, got it.
Yeah. I'm searching.
Perfect. I think that this was useful just because, like, I think that we're starting to see that a lot of the utility of the void blocks and such is just it allows us to like play more like distance fighting games against like characters like Young Link and like characters that keep distance. It's a valuable tool. And the characters who don't keep as much distance but who like sometimes like back up and get out of here, yeah, like it still has useful utility. But it's just hard. It's harder versus Fox. It's just harder versus Fox and like Falco because of the vertical games.
But once I see how they counterplay it, I can counterplay them back. Because I feel like the counterplay is not great because it's like they have to jump over me and hit me, but I have one of the best up airs in the game. You know?
Yeah. So it just adds like it kind of like gives you like a desync free like a setup, like the setup for it is so like forgiving. You kind of like like because the ICs have answers to a lot of the things that their opponents do to them, but like they just need they usually have an accessibility issues. Like they're just not like they're not able to like find the time to do those things as efficiently as they need to.
Yeah.
Like, the dash dance takes time, but like if you just like can dash away and then like throw blocks, then like yeah, that's a much easier sell for finding time. Yeah. This all makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. Should have been holding down. Okay.
That is something that down smash can do that grab cannot.
I feel like I'm playing swingy now.
Okay. This guy clearly is not like a pushover. Nice. Beautiful. I think we had to up air on that one, but it's like hindsight's 20/20 kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like I'm not pointing that out to be like, oh, what you did is bad. It's more like, yeah, he was like, we got there a little later than I think we meant to.
I had a feeling I should have down tilted that one.
It's all good. We still got the kill very cleanly, but yeah.
Okay. Oops, I meant the jab. Trying to figure out how to make space for these blocks. Oh, she's dead.
It's okay. This guy never wins from here. Okay, never mind. Maybe he's good.
Okay. Well, this was good because I'm struggling to figure out how to get space. Maybe there's Fox players that just won't let me do it ever.
Yeah, and you know what? If that's the case, then we just like, yeah. Like if they're not giving us space, we stick to like we use like the other stuff we've been working on, like
yeah,
we use our
like
crouch cancel, we use our back air, we use our down smash, we like, you know, we just, it's a different play pattern. We have to like deal with it. Fox is good. He's got a lot of different ways he can be played. Nice CC. Try to like, okay, so on those edge guards, try to hold the edge and like react to him a little bit more, because like you can sometimes like, if you use your aerials for like the edge guard there, like ledge hop nair, ledge hop up air, that kind of thing, you can still occupy the edge because you don't have to like necessarily swing. You can like, if you see that he's not coming back to like if he's not going into the air, you can just like fall back and grab the edge again, that kind of thing. When we get off the ledge and like leave it completely though, like we lose all of that. So basically try to edge guard with aerials more.
Can we review this game?
Sure.
Because that felt like the kind of Fox that makes me want to quit the game.
Fight him more then. Like just keep
oh,
fighting.
But I felt like we captured the moments that I really struggle with though.
Okay.
From that game. Like he was like he knew how to overshoot that shine that one time when I was already deep in the corner. And I just want to know why he knew how to do that.
It doesn't matter why he knew how to do that. It's just like because he could have chosen that for a good reason. He could have chosen that for a bad reason. It's like
this makes me feel like he's reading my mind, and then I don't know what to do.
Okay, let's take a look at this game then.
Okay.
So yeah, pass it through.
Yeah.
Yeah, just pass it through, and then we'll look at it together. Totally fine. I have a feeling that like it's just gonna be like we need to. I have a feeling this entire game is just gonna be we need to like we need to back air, we need to undershoot, we need to put up defense like earlier. But let's take a look. We won't assume, and we'll figure this out together.
Yeah, spend the last few minutes.
Yeah. So I'll just do this on. We'll just do this on like normal speed.
Felt like he wasn't giving me any breath.
Probably wasn't. So in those cases, that's when we need to like. Okay, so let's look at this. So we get out of here, and then we're like going for like these hits, but he's so far from us, and we're rolling into him out of fear. Like that's we're biting on a lot of things that we don't have to. Like I have a feeling that's gonna be a thing. That's what I actually don't mind that we went for these fairs. This is just a spacing thing. We wanted to like, oh no, he just got the good punish because he like didn't get caught by the platform because he went for shine. Never mind. We still want to land more over here though. That's a big thing.
Okay. Just to make it harder for them.
No, it's not even that. It's just that like he can't get on the other side of us, so he'd be shining us this way.
Yeah. But in general, I would probably never want to. I guess having that platform at all is just. It makes it a little bit harder, so I wouldn't want to shoot too far anyway past it.
Yeah, because like it means that like it makes it hard for him to like he can't just like jump above you and come down with drill or up air.
Right.
He has to actually do the shine, which means that we can just plan for which side of the shine. Like when you were doing this part of the match, I genuinely thought you were gonna win because yeah, like you just looked very in control. Like how you like got that grab was great. Now here on edge guarding, So one thing I'd recommend is let go of the edge here, and then double jump. Instead of going onto the stage, we want to create like a wall with our body. So what I mean by that was helping someone impeach Yoshi. So what I mean by that is, where do Ices like go with their edge guard, like with their ledge hop? Like, what's the maximum height that they go from here?
I want to say, are you saying just from the jump or from the up air
From
where the hammer hit?
Just the double jump.
So I would say it wouldn't be any higher than those rings on that pillar in the background, those yellow rings.
Okay. So like
it would be right around there.
Okay, cool. So this is their jump height, right?
Yep.
So what we can do here is, while we're going up here, we can put out our back air at any point during this entire process. So this is like something that I want us to play to more, because I think that this is like really important for us to be able to defend against these kinds of pushes. Because if we think about like because we can put this back air, like if this is our back air, we can put it like anywhere on this block, right? Like,
yeah,
it can be here, and like it's very interchangeable, and we can also react with it. But the other thing that we can do that's really important is if we see him coming forward like this, we can also like still fast fall towards the stage and put the back air even somewhere else, because we can also put it like here, because we can put it at any point during like this thing as well. Do you see what I mean?
On the descent, you mean? Yeah.
Yeah. So like we're keeping way more control over where we can place our hits, compared to like getting on the stage. And the other cool thing is that even if he decides to not interact with any of this because he goes like up here or something, we can also just fall back to the stage, like fall back to the edge itself, and then hog him, if that's the play. Or we can decide to land here and then decide. Like, we're just deciding our play really, really early, and we still have access to all the things that the ground would open up here. Do you see what I mean? Because like by wave landing on here, we've taken away like all those options.
Yes, it's kind of a hard read all in thing.
Yeah, exactly.
But I could be covering more. Now, are you saying for a couple things, and then we're going to be out of time? Mm-hmm. One, I was a little confused at the distance I hit him because of the magnifying glass on Fountain. Mm-hmm. And two, are you saying that I should maybe so those bear hit boxes on the way up? Mm-hmm. Are those for like if he side Bs and that's a react hitbox, or is that just you just throw them out in case he side Bs? Is that a reaction or a coverage thing?
It depends.
That's doesn't come at a cost.
It depends on how far he is. So like with where he is right now, I don't think his if his side B makes it, he makes it at like the very end of it. So like in this particular situation, I would say that you can just react because of the constraints of his position. But I would say in other spots, yeah, you might have to do a coverage thing where you like nair or something. Or like if you're gonna cover side B, I would use nair. Because like nair will hit like from here to here when we do it, so like that's kind of like it's a better wall against it. But I would say that, but like again, whether or not I don't think side B is relevant here, because if he side Bs, it's basically just like a much more distinct, obvious, reactable version of his up B. Because once we he starts falling around here, and then we just note a back air, like do this back air but here, like fast fall and then like back air on top of him. Like we can actually react to the side B and punish him like afterwards because of like how far he is. If you're not sure that he was this far because of like where he is in the magnifying glass, I get it, but at the same time he has to be pretty far if he's in the magnifying glass. Which would be my which would be my argument. Which would be like the kind of thing I'd bring.
So if he let's say I don't know if this question makes sense, but I was going to say, like, if I'm torn between, I don't know if he has a stage land and a ledge grab option, or just a ledge grab option, obviously I would just do the bear stuff.
Yeah.
Because if I, well,
So this one
is it possible to react and see that he's not going to make it to stage and then just grab ledge again?
Yeah. You'd have to do the jump differently, but you'd have to like so if you're not sure, the way I would do the jump here is I would do it we'll take the opacity out. We'll use pink for this one. I would do the jump like down here. Do you see what I mean? Like instead of
because then you can grab it sooner.
Exactly. So like you just cut like, and you might even do it lower than that. Like you might even do it like this, like fast fall here, double jump up here, and then like if he's about to make it, you would just drift this way at the end, and then do the back air, because like you're able to measure it and react to him in real time as he's moving. And then if he's not going to make it, if he's obviously not going to make it, you just like fast fall and grab the edge.
Gotcha. Final question on this before we go. Do you find this grabbing the ledge, do you find that preferable at all, depending on the situation, than just doing the fair edge guard we were talking about? Because I feel like fair in this position could also, if I just time the fair to account for if he went to straight to ledge, if he goes up, my fair will end and I can like down smash him.
I like the fair more when I have two of them.
Oh, okay.
Like for me, a lot of the power of the fair edge guard comes from having the second one, which kind of does backup, for the timings that for the delayed timings and stuff. When I only have one of them, I don't like it as much because you just don't cover the same space. Like it's not not the same space. It's not that you don't cover this for as long as I want to. And I think that the other thing is that like the pop-up into back air is not as strong when you only have one of them. So I'm trying to I like back air because I don't want to give him height back. If I pop him up here and back air him, he's going to survive that like every time. I want to like limit how much height he gets on every play, which is why I would probably shy away from that if I only have one. But if you're doing like 40 damage, then like, that's okay, like whatever, right? But if we're only doing like 20 damage, like the extra 20 damage matters a lot when we're dealing with kill percents. So yeah, that's kind of my take.
Okay.
From what I can see though, because I've been kind of scrolling through this match like independently, like as we've been talking, all he did was just guess guess right on a recovery a few times. That's literally it. Like, it's just he gimped you and then he gimped you again. I don't think that there's anything, like, particularly special that this Fox player did. I think that he literally just, like, hit you off the stage with a shine, like, early twice, and then he hit you with, like, 3 shines that put you off the stage early, did, like, killed you for 2 of them, did 80 damage on the next one, and then won 1 mix-up in the corner. Like, I don't think he did anything particularly outstanding. He just did, like... He just foxed you. It happens to everyone. But, like, yeah, he just foxed
you. 4-stock foxed me and barely did anything to do it. I don't know how I feel hearing that.
I mean, like, you say, okay, so you got shined off stage, you didn't snap to the edge, so you died. Like, that's it. Like... You got shined off stage, like the biggest thing I get to beat this guy, honestly, just learn how to like snap, like just don't fall off the stage when you get shined, and I think that a lot of his game plan like basically evaporates because like you're getting shined in the corner and you're not falling onto the ledge, you're going all the way off stage. So when you're getting shined in this spot, like here, let me give you a picture real quick because this is a really fast snipping tool. You have to figure out how to fast fall and grab the edge in this spot, in this location. Because because like that's all that's happening. Because if you fast fall and grab the edge here, then then he can't jump off and shine you again. That's it. Like because then you've touched the edge, you're invincible, you're done. Like everything's fine. But, like, because we missed this a bunch of times, like, you died. But, like, this is just tech skill. This is just, like, knowing how to, like, edge snap after you get shined as ice climbers. And it's the same way for every character. You just flick down. You just flick down when you're going over the edge. That's it.
I don't know if I knew that was a thing, as embarrassing as that is to admit. I think I knew it was a thing on Yoshi's.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure I must have done it before on all the stages, but for some
so.
reason this feels foreign to me to consciously do it.
I mean, it might have been like you might like. There's a lot of things after I took one of my big breaks that like I realized were just automatic things I did. So it might be something like that. There's like a million explanations, but at the end of the day, none of it really matters. It just means that like as you're going over the edge, you just have to fast fall towards the edge, like flick down and flick. Like you don't even have to do it towards the edge. Just like flick down and like just flick down. Don't hold it, and you're good. That's
It doesn't
literally
sound too hard. It doesn't sound too hard.
Marth players have been doing this for since times immemorial to survive versus like PC Chris and like Lucky and Leffen and whatever and Asfat and Silent Wolf and whatever other foxes have been here. So this is a very old thing. There should be like a bazillion resources about this out there. But honestly, if you just set up like a simple like save state in Uncle Punch, and just have like a fox like hop up and like hop up and fall down and like shine a spot, it's very easy to practice. This is not like, and you will pick this up quickly. This is just timing.
The metamorphosis of that is going to be slip hogging out of shine when they're both hit.
Honestly, like you can kind of use it. Like if you watch Modern Ices, they do a lot of stuff like where they like when they get shined onto the edge, they'll nanopult they'll do like the belay stall to like shoot a hitbox up at the fox. Like when they're stalling, it also rescues Nana and makes sure she doesn't get gimped. Like there's a lot of depth to this technique. That said, we are out of time, so I'll let you go.
Yeah.
But I'll see you in 2 weeks, and I hope this was helpful.
Yep, I'm going to Warehouse Wars in Tennessee, so we'll see how that goes this weekend.
I believe. Learn this before the weekend. It is worth it.
It sounds like an easy investment.
Mm-hmm. All right, take care, Boyd.
All right, have a good one. Thank you.